This monologue is based on an interview with a woman who had a good experience with a man. This man liked to look at it.
This is how I came to love my vagina. I mean, it's embarrassing because it's not politically correct. I know it should have happened in the bath with salt grains from the Dead Sea, Enya playing, me loving my womanly self. I know the story, vaginas are beautiful. Our self-hatred is only the repression and hatred of the patriarchal culture. It's not true. Pussies unite. I mean, like, if we'd lived in a culture where fat thighs were beautiful, we'd be just drinking milkshakes, eating biscuits, spending our days lying on our backs, thigh expanding. But we didn't grow up in that culture. I hated my thighs and I hated my vagina even more. I thought it was incredibly ugly. I was one of those women that had taken a look. And from that moment on, I wished I hadn't. It made me sick. I pitied anyone who had to go down there. In order to survive, I began to imagine that there were other things between my legs. Pieces of furniture. Soft, comfy futons. Big cushions. Little velvet settee. Leopard skin rug. The pretty things like a silk handkerchief, the quilted pot cover, the place settings. And in fact, I got so accustomed to this that I lost all memory of having a vagina. Whenever a man was inside me, I'd imagine he was inside a mink-lined muffler or a Chinese bowl. And then I met Bob. Bob was the most ordinary man I'd ever met. He was tall and thin and nondescript, and he wore taut khaki tan clothes. He didn't like spicy food, he didn't listen to Prince, he didn't like sexy lingerie, and in summer he spent time in the shade. He didn't share his inner feelings, he didn't have any problems or issues. He wasn't even an alcoholic. He wasn't very funny or articulate or mysterious. He wasn't mean or unavailable. He wasn't self-obsessed or charismatic. Didn't drive fast. I didn't particularly like Bob. And in fact, I'd have missed him altogether if he hadn't picked up my change that I dropped on the shop floor. But as he picked up the change and his hand accidentally touched mine, something happened. I went to bed with him. That's when the miracle occurred. It turned out Bob loved vaginas. He was an absolute connoisseur. He loved the way they felt, the way they tasted, the way they smelled. Most of all, he loved the way they looked. He just had to look at them. First time we had sex, he told me he had to see me. I'm here, I said. No, he said, I have to see you. Well, put the light on, I said. I think he was some kind of weirdo that were freaking out in the dark. Put the light on. Okay, I'm ready to see you. I'm here. I waved. I'm here. And he started to undress me. What are you doing, Bob? I said. I have to see you, he said. No need, I said. Just do it. No, he said. I have to see what you look like. You seen a red leather settee before, I said. No, he said. I have to see you. It's who you are. This is awfully intimate, I said. Can't you just do it? No, he said. I have to see you. I really have to see you. It's who you are. Well, I just held my breath. And he looked, and he looked. And his face changed. He got all breathy. He didn't look ordinary anymore. He looked like a hungry beast. Oh, so beautiful, so deep, so elegant, so mysterious, so wild. You saw all that down there? You read me palm. That's all that, he said. And much, much, much more. Well, he looked and he looked. He was there for like over an hour. It was like he was studying a map or observing the moon, gazing into my eyes. But it was my vagina. And as I watched him in the light, he looked so genuinely excited, so peaceful and euphoric. I started to get wet and turned on. I started to see myself the way that Bob saw me. I began to feel beautiful and delicious, like an oil painting or a great waterfall. Bob wasn't afraid. He wasn't disgusted. I began to swell and feel proud. I began to love my vagina. Bob lost himself there, in my vagina, and I was there with him. And we were gone.